You know what's mind-boggling, buddy? Often, in the midst of all the colors and chaos, we tend to forget how incredible this city is. And I don't mean the flashing billboards of Times Square, but the real essence of New York. All right, let me demystify here. So, today instead of slapping colors on canvas in my studio, I chose a different canvas, New York City. Along with Daniel, David, and Claire, we hit the streets to do a bit of urban sketching. Gave a rest to our paintbrushes, grabbed a sketching pencil, and voila, we let the city tell us its stories. The weathered bricks of the old buildings, the geometric web of fire escapes unfolding like a sketch from Escher, the golden foliage in Central Park preparing for winter. Man, it was like seeing the city with a fresh pair of eyes. So yeah, it was a nice change of pace. We've transmuted our feelings onto the pages while enjoying the chilled November air. It felt like sketch therapy, you know? Each stroke of the pencil felt like etching a piece of our souls on the paper. Oh, and guess who suggested a new challenging art style? Our mutual mischief maker, Nina. She suggested dabbling with some pop art elements, throwing a bit of Warhol into the mix. I still need to figure out how to pull that off in my style, but the idea itself is tantalizingly exciting. You know, I see the conversations we have, like sparring with a fellow artist, always multiple brushstrokes away from creating something transformative. Doesn't it make you wonder how many times Edison must have failed before the light bulb flickered to life? Speaking of flickering, Nina has already raised the stakes, hinting at a new NFT series. This woman will be the death of me, I swear. On other updates. Oh, Nina asked about this new vegan burger joint that even a meat lover like you might appreciate. I haven't yet tried it, but judging by her praise, it's like eating a piece of heaven. Definitely something a foodie like you should explore. I mean, imagine, a vegan burger sweeping you off your feet. Quite the plot twist, right? Well, buddy, time for me to dive back into my world of paints and brushes. There's a piece I left halfway, calling my name, begging for completion. Ah, the temptress that is the canvas. I'll tell you how it turns out tomorrow. So here's the scoop. We decided to switch gears last night and trade our paints for game pieces. We played a spirited round of Catan during a virtual board night with the usual suspects. Yes, you heard me right. Virtual board game night. Who would have thought, right? Now picture this. Ben strategizing like a pro trader, Oliver making daring attempts to build the longest road, and Ava, oh man, Ava was the star player of the night. Always thought the gal was sharp, but to see her blazing through Catan, now that was something. Sucker for strategy she is. I mean, who could have imagined Eva would be the ruthless lord of Catan, am I right? Guess when she's not creating art, she's busy mastering board games. Who knew? You know what they say? True genius often lies in hidden talents, or in this case, in dominating a virtual game of Catan. We had lots of fun, effortlessly blending our passion for competitive gaming and having a darn good time, even if it was remote. Speaking of blending passions, here we have Nina advocating for yoga as a source of artistic inspiration. Yeah, buddy, you heard that right. Yoga, I mean, who would have imagined? Gets your creative juices flowing, apparently. Now, I'm not much of a yogi myself, but it's one of those sure why not scenarios. You know, thinking about it, yoga could be a different kind of art form entirely, somewhat like sketching in motion. The slow, careful movements, the precision needed, not unlike the art we make. Plus, the spiritual aspect could add another dimension to the creative process as well. Yeah, I can see it. Yoga for inspiration. Plus, anything to shake up the routine a bit. I'm almost excited to find my inner zen. But wait, should I sketch my experiences with yoga first, or try infusing it directly into my paintings? Perhaps a series focused on the fluidity of asanas, deep colors to reflect the depth of the practice. Or maybe even a sculptural representation, capturing moments of serenity and challenge in bronze or clay. Gosh, I'm already picturing an exhibition out of this. This could really stretch my creative boundaries. Would be epic, don't you think? Oh, and Nina did casually toss in the idea of a new NFT series. Now there's a challenge to chew on. Incorporating old styles with new tech could do wonders with that kind of breadth, but well, she's got the hard sell, always pushing limits. She's indeed a stirrer, or should I call her a pusher, pushing me right to the brink of breakthroughs. I tell you, that woman, she's definitely a force to reckon with. On a different note, have you tried that new vegan burger joint yet? Nina's promising it's the creation of a mastermind chef, and supposedly, it's a bite of paradise. You being the experimental foodie could weigh in on that legendary vegan taste fest. Who knows, it could inspire your next culinary experiment. Enough of yapping now. You know how I'm always harping on about the harmony between music and art, right? Well, today was one of those days when I got to witness this harmony in its full glory. So, as part of this crazy ideas brewing in my head, I figured why not include some local musicians into the heart of my art-making process. So, Joshua, the local musician, and Marcus, our gaming pal, who's a whiz on the keyboard, we got together in my studio for this experimental fusion jam session. Let me tell you, the energy in the studio was electric. Between Marcus on the keyboard, Joshua on the guitar, and me at the easel, it was like we were jamming on a whole other level. Every stroke of the brush on the canvas felt in sync with the chords that resonated in the air. It was like seeing every note they played and hearing every color I painted. You remember that debate we had on Kandinsky's color sound? Well, it felt as though I was living it. Nina would have been proud of us, what with channeling synesthesia and all. What's interesting was how my style adapted throughout the jam. The rhythmic blues made my strokes flow seamlessly, while the edgy rock tunes brought out boldness and colors. The fusion was something else altogether. It's almost as if the hues on my palette came alive, dancing to the tunes of the music. The canvas seemed to reverberate with the rhythm of the beats. What a trippy feeling it was. Now I'm thinking, why not have a solo exhibition of these music-inspired art pieces? It could be shared as a multi-sensory experience where people can see the art and hear the corresponding music, like an immersive art meets music type of thing. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But hey, I should probably finish a couple of pieces before fantasizing about the exhibition, eh? On a different note, talking to Nina reminded me, have you been to the arts fair she's attending? I've heard they showcase some pretty unique pieces. Oh, and also that new vegan burger joint she was raving about. You should try it out sometime. I mean, now you've got 2 reasons to venture out. You're all sorted for the upcoming weekend, buddy. All right, man. My canvas calls me back to its alluring world. It's time to paint some synchrony between colors and chords. So, as they say in the showbiz, it's time for me to get on with my act under the spotlight, trying to capture the harmony on canvas. More on this symphony of mine tomorrow. Catch you later.